I first met Debbie Monahan a couple of years ago, and every time I chat, I am always so amazed by all of her organizing techniques. Debbie with Organizing 101 is here with us today. Always such a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you.
So often in the segments that I've done with you before, we've gotten right in and gotten so many tips from you, but I was curious, have you always been so organized, or as a child did you have the issues that so many of us have?
No, I've always been organized. My dad is former Air Force, and so I learned a lot of the techniques from him, and I really feel as though it's just a natural gift. It's always been instilled in me, and it's always just there.
How did you turn organizing into a career?
On that grateful day, I was watching a talk show, and they had an organizer on there, and everyone in the room was saying, "That's Debbie, that's Debbie." So I started taking notes, and I knew I could do it for myself, but I wasn't sure whether or not I could do it for other people. So I picked 4 of my messiest friends, hope they're not watching, and I organized their whole house for free.
And after that, you realize this is something I can do. But most of the time when you're organizing houses, it's not just your messiest friends. You have been in some really kind of scary places.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago, I ran into a copperhead. I've ran into scorpions. I've been into homes with black modes. I'm crawling on the floor I can't even repeat what I was crawling in. So I've been involved with CPS, cases where I've walked in and the kids were behind a cage to keep them out of things. So it's been some pretty difficult situations.
Wow.
It's not always pretty and clean.
Yeah, not always the glamorous, the stuff that we see on television. Is your life really that organized where everything in your house is placed in the perfect place?
Yes, my spices are alphabetized by first letter. I only own 3 pairs of shoes because I tell people, let your space dictate to you, not you dictate to your space. And I'm a minimalist, and I practice what I preach.
And you are about to do a big annual shopping trip. This was a new one for me. You do this once a year.
Yes.
You buy all of your toiletries.
Yes.
Why only once a year?
Well, because what happens through the year when you go in and grab that toothpaste, you're grabbing other things, and it's costing you ultimately more money. And so I tell people, go in once a year, buy everything you need, and then you don't get trapped into other things, and it saves you money.
How do you have enough room for a year's worth of toilet paper in your house?
Because I'm organized.
I should have known that. I should have known that. How did you know how much toilet paper you needed in a year?
But the first time I clocked it,
okay,
I would write down what I used, and at the end of the year I had what I needed.
That is amazing. Do you think it also saves you time at the grocery store because you aren't shopping on that side of the store?
Absolutely, and time is money and money is time. So what happens, you don't go over there, you go straight to the groceries, go by your list, buy your things, and get out. And I never have to run out of toothpaste, toilet paper, mouthwash, batteries, light bulbs, because I know.
Got it all. Debbie, I'm amazed I would have never come up with that on my own. I want some more of those tips when we come back. I'm telling you, would you have come up with that? It's amazing. Debbie's got some more ideas for us when we come back on Moms Every Day.
Thursday on Moms Every Day at 4, design advice from Nate Burkus. He talks about ways to spread the same color scheme through your whole house and whether or not that is a good idea. Our weekly Q and Nate segment tomorrow on Moms Every Day at 4.
Debbie Monahan with Organizing 101 is in the studio with us today. She's always got so many neat ideas. And Debbie, I love this one. I feel like this is something people have started talking about a lot, this meal planning by the month. Nobody has time to cook anymore, but mostly people don't have time to plan what they're going to cook.
Exactly.
You do it by the month.
Yes.
When do you start planning? Like, when do you sit down and do this for the whole month?
Well, what I'll do when I run out of recipes or I'm down to my last recipe, then I'll start planning for the whole month. And one week, like let's say this is the seafood row, this is the chicken, this is the beef, this is the veggie, like all vegetarian, and then maybe you have a leftover or a out to eat.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll go through all my recipe books and like I'll write down like this is the healthy heart, but I'll write down HH, page 49, and what it is. And on the calendar, as I eat these or cook these, let's say, I'll X it off.
So you've got it there, and you save your leftovers for later.
And actually, if it's a big meal and I'm planning company, I'll do that. I'll save the leftovers because I don't want to freeze. my leftovers if I know other people are coming in. But what I'll do is I'll cook it in a big Pyrex, but then I'll freeze it into individual containers, always glass, because it will go straight from freezer to oven.
Nice. So you make sure you have that, and then you like these calendars. Having the list of stuff is big for you. I remember my mom doing this growing up, where you write down all of everybody's activities on one thing, but your big secret is having every person be a different color.
Yes, everyone is a different color. You know, like in this case, Dad is green, Mom is blue, and Beth is red, and Eric is black. And instead of saying, okay, 2 o'clock Eric baseball, or 2 o'clock Beth baseball game, you just put 2 o'clock baseball in her color.
Makes it easier to get more stuff on the calendar, because the calendars do get so full so fast.
Absolutely.
What do you think is kind of everybody's biggest problem area inside their homes?
The biggest problem is not having a system. You need to think of your home as basically a football team, and you're on a field and you're playing different plays, then it can equal chaos. So I tell people, put everyone on the same system. Example, if you come home and you unload the dishwasher and you put the glass away in one area, then your husband comes along and puts the glass away in a different area. That's 2 different systems. Then you think you're short glasses, you go buy more, and you wasted time and money.
How do you get kids involved in learning your system and making sure they're starting to be organized too?
Well, it's interesting you ask that question, because kids love it. They're dying for their parents to give them order and instructions. They really, really are. And it's really cute, because I'll go in and organize a home, and the mom will do something that's not what she's supposed to be doing, and the kid will correct the mother.
The kids are looking for that system. Debbie, you've got always so many good ideas. We always appreciate you chatting with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, after this break, Taina Maya tackles a tough subject that any family with a pet needs to think about. You're watching Moms Every Day.